How often do you catch yourself refreshing your feed and checking your follower count only to go, that it? After all of this effort? Yeah, same. Pour your heart into creating content. You hit publish and then you stare at the numbers, wondering, is anyone even noticing me? And in a world that loves to celebrate going viral, it can feel like you're not growing fast enough or you're not growing at all. But let me be clear. Follower count is not the measure of your worth, and it is definitely not the measure of your success. Today, we're busting the myth that success has to look big and flashy. We're talking about the quiet power of slow, intentional growth. We're talking about what success actually looks like when you're building something real, with heart and purpose. If you've been feeling like it's taking too long or your numbers are too small to matter, I want you to stick with me because this episode is your reminder that your impact, it's already happening, even if the algorithm hasn't caught on yet. Let's grow. Welcome to Growing Wild, the podcast where creativity meets confidence and marketing meets mindset. I'm Jamie Cole, marketer by trade, dreamer by heart, and your host on this journey to figuring it all out together. Because let's be real, building a brand and a life that you love takes more than just strategy. It takes courage. If you're ready to finally do that thing that you've been dreaming of, launch the business, grow your brand, or just make space for you, I got you. We're talking marketing tips that actually make sense, mindset shifts that get you out of your own way, and how to fully embrace who you are without apologizing. So grab your coffee, shot of tequila, or whatever keeps you sane, and let's grow. Somewhere along the way, we were taught that bigger numbers equal better businesses. More followers, more subscribers, more views, more downloads, more. That must mean that we're doing something right? And if we're not getting that kind of traction, then we must be doing something wrong. But that's just not the full picture. Let me ask you this. Would you rather have 10,000 followers who scroll right past your content or 100 people who actually listen to what you have to say? Would you rather have one post go viral with no real connection or a direct message from someone who says, hey, what you said really helped me today? Virality is loud, but impact is deep. We glamorize the viral moment like it's the golden ticket. But here's the thing that no one tells you about going viral. It doesn't guarantee sustainability. It doesn't guarantee loyalty. It doesn't mean people stick around. Andy Warhol famously said, in the future, everyone will be world famous for 15 minutes. And wow, he was right. You can be a trending sound today and totally forgotten by next week. Going viral can give you exposure, but if your foundation isn't solid, if your message isn't clear, if your voice isn't confident, and your systems aren't already in place, you can fall flat just as fast. When you grow slowly, intentionally, and honestly, you build roots. You build a community. You create something that lasts. And honestly, I'd rather be known deeply by 100 people than vaguely recognized by 100,000 people. Here's something that I want you to sit with. The right people are so much more valuable than more people. Let me give you a visual. Think back to middle school or high school. Remember the kids who were friends with like everyone? The loud, unforgettable ones who did the crazy stunts at pep rallies or showed up in costumes just because they could. They were fun, they were noticeable, and everyone seemed to know them and enjoy them. But fast forward to today. What do we remember about them? Mostly it's, oh yeah, that's that kid that jumped into the fountain that one time. They're remembered for the moment, not the person. Now think about your real friends, your people, the ones who saw you at your worst and they stayed, the ones who know your favorite coffee order and your big life goals, the ones you still text even if it's been years since high school. That's the power of meaningful connection. That's the difference between going viral and building a brand. When you chase virality, you might get attention. But when you focus on connection, you build relationships, the kind that last, the kind that turn into community, collaboration, and eventually customers. Your brand is not just a moment, it's a message, it's a story, it's a legacy. And legacy is built one genuine connection at a time. So when you look at your audience, even if it feels small, ask yourself, who are they? What do they need? What value are you bringing to them? Because if you focus on showing up for the right people, more people will eventually come. But even if they don't show up in the thousands overnight, you're still building something that matters. Don't overlook the value of small, mighty, connected audiences. That's how you create loyalty. That's how you create transformation. And that's how you grow wild, not just wide. And that, my friend, is the kind of growth worth working for. I want to be real with you. I don't have a huge YouTube channel. I don't have 100,000 Instagram followers. My email list is not massive. And you know what? Sometimes it really hurts. There have been moments where I've thought, why am I even doing this? I felt like I'm just shouting into the void, wondering if any of this is even making a difference. It takes a lot of energy to create, a lot of energy to share all of this content. And when it doesn't get the attention that I hope for, it really makes me question everything. But here's the thing that keeps me going. I know why I started. I know what I'm building, and I know the people that I want to serve. If I remind myself over and over again that 20 YouTube subscribers is still better than zero, that is 20 humans who clicked on the button and said, I want more of this. That's 20 people who believe in me, in my message, in my community, in my work. That's not nothing. Every single one of those people is a living, breathing human with their own life, their own story, and their own goals. And they chose to be here with me, with my brand and my messages. There was a time that I hadn't launched anything. There was a time when I was too scared to even record this episode. I was too nervous to share a post that felt a little too honest. But I did it. And look what happened. Slow, steady, meaningful growth. Confidence in my craft. A deeper connection to the message that I am here to share. So if you're sitting there staring at your statistics and thinking, I'm too behind, I can't do this. Well, I'm here to lovingly call BS on that. You're building something real. You're starting, you're moving, you're showing up. And that is the beginning of everything. Let's talk about what it really means to grow. Growth isn't just about the numbers, it's about progress. And progress looks like showing up even when it's hard, creating that post even if it gets like 3 likes, launching the thing, even if no one buys it yet, saying the hard, honest thing, even if it makes your voice shake, learning a new skill, publishing imperfectedly, tweaking the offer, and trying again. You are building something, and the best creators, they don't stop. But I get it. It's way easier to give up than to push forward. But I'm here to tell you, don't give up. If you're feeling stuck, I want you to try this. Just set a small, attainable goal, something that feels doable. Maybe it's getting one comment this week. Maybe it's posting 3 days. Maybe it's reaching out to one potential collaborator. And then track your wins. Seriously, go back and look where you started 6 months ago, a year ago. What have you done that your past self would be so proud of? Maybe you finally launched. Maybe you took the leap and claimed your domain name. Maybe you recorded your first podcast episode. Even if, you were a little too scared. You don't need 1 million followers to have a meaningful business. You don't need 1 million followers to have a meaningful life. You need clarity, consistency, and courage. And you, my friend, have all 3. I want to go back to the topic of giving up for just a second. I bet I fight off this feeling pretty much daily. It's hard work. I don't know if I'm helping anyone. I could easily just stop, and my few followers will just move on to something else or someone else. But where will that leave me? Unfulfilled. We have to remember why we were here in the first place. Putting yourself out there is hard. It's vulnerable. It's frustrating. It takes so much more courage than people realize. And yet, here we are, still creating, still dreaming, and still showing up. That alone is something to celebrate. Because this work that you're doing, that I'm doing, that we're all doing, this dream that we're chasing, it matters, even if the numbers don't say so yet. So many people quit too soon. They give up because it's not happening fast enough, because they think someone else has already done it better, because the audience isn't growing, because the comparison is too loud. But what if the only thing standing between you and your next big breakthrough is just time? What if the next post, the next pivot, the next pitch, what if that's the one that changes everything? You'll never know if you stop now. Don't give up. Give your dreams what they deserve. And they deserve your time, your effort, and your creative energy. Your belief. You started this for a reason. Go back to that reason when things start to feel heavy. Go back to your why. When your metrics feel low, let that be your momentum. You're not behind. You are becoming. Keep going. We're building this together. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If this episode resonated with you, hit subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss the video versions of these episodes. And share this podcast with a friend who needs to hear that they're doing better than they think. And hey, leave a review if you're feeling generous. Those reviews really help more than you know. And remember, success isn't about going viral. It's about going forward. Every step you take, every post, every subscriber, every connection, it all adds up. Celebrate what you've done so far. You are making progress. You are making an impact. And no matter what the numbers say, you are already enough. Until next time, stay wild.